The final question covers how we've progressed from the preliminary task forward to our actual coursework task, and we were set the preliminary task at the first couple of weeks in the media course, and we basically had to construct a film of us walking through a door using the match action shot, reverse shot, and the 180-degree rule. Back then, they were the only three techniques we knew what to use. Since then, we've developed more techniques. We've been able to film different ways. We've been able to use the fig rig, for example, so we can make sure our film is more realistic, so we're actually running while we're filming, so it makes it feel much more like an action film. And we've also learned other such as the panning techniques, just to give the viewers an establishing shot of what the area is like. Perhaps that's another thing we've learned how to do. Also, the editing software, we've progressed much more with that. Back with our preliminary task, there was a bit of editing we had to do. That was basically just putting cuts, was all we used really, from the scene to scene. But in this one, we've been putting in music, adjusting the sound levels, putting transitions in, such as moving titles. We learned how to do that. We didn't put any titles in we did put a couple of titles in the preliminary task, I think, but we've been putting in moving titles that move with certain objects. For example, we put a title in that moved with a tree. We weren't able to do that in our preliminary task, we didn't know how to. We've also learnt how to put in logos into our film, so we've constructed a logo, put it into our film, and made it look much more professional. Probably that we've learnt a lot of other minor things too, such as how to use the microphone, like more settings on the camera, basically just how to make what camera settings to use and what different types of light, just minor things like that, just made our film a little bit better. And other things such as putting effects on our film, making, if we had too dark a clip, we'd make it lighter by just finding an effect. Or we also had the muzzle flash we put in on the gun to make it look more realistic. Just minor things like that just made our film a little bit better. And we've learnt all that from the progression of our preliminary task to our coursework task.